And we are live. It's always awkward going live on YouTube the first minute because you never know when it starts. But anyhow, welcome to this episode of What I Learned. Today, we will not talk about music or audio, but I want to share my experience with fasting because I just finished a 3 month fast. It was actually 13 weeks ish. But I finished a 3 month fast using the 5-2 method, and I wanted to share my experience with you and what I learned, which I hope can be valuable to you if you're thinking about fasting or you're thinking about becoming healthier and just living a more healthier life. Maybe you can find this video helpful. So let's just start off. Why talk about fasting? Why did I fast? And my story of fasting actually goes back a few years. I always heard it a lot in podcasts, like for example the Tim Ferriss show. Read some books, like I recently read the Michael Mosley book on the topic. He was the guy who coined the 5-2 diet. So I read his book, and I always heard in these conversations and books about the benefits of fasting, not only to lose weight, but which you obviously do, but the benefits when it comes to dealing with cancer, especially if you have cancer. I've heard it's really beneficial to fast while you're on chemo or something like that. Also to prevent cancer, obviously, it can help you live longer as well. Um, so there are many benefits of fasting, and I actually started off doing intermittent fasting for a while, but I never think I did it correctly actually. So I did a 16-8, so you fast 16 hours a day, and then you eat for 8 hours. Well, because I love coffee in the morning, I always had milk in my coffee, not much, but I think even that small amount I had always broke my fast. So I never think I really did 16 hours of proper fast. And that's also one of the reasons I love the 5-2 diet, because I can have my coffee in the morning with some milk. Yeah, that's totally fine. Um, but that's some of the backstory. I always heard it, know the benefits of it. And so far, obviously there was some mistakes I ate, maybe not so good. I learned what to eat and what didn't work. But I lost around, I would say, 8 kilos now. Not sure what that is in pounds for the imperialists. But around 8 kilos, which I think is pretty good. So that's fasting 2 days a week, um, and not fasting 5 days a week. Um, so let's delve into what I ate. So for in this diet for men, it's 600 calories. If you're a woman, it's 500 calories. So it's not a lot of food, but and that's what you learn as you go along with this diet, what you can eat, what's worth eating, how much of a particular food can you have, and maybe you get more uh, food like type in talking about weight using another food. So I use a scale to weigh my food, and I used a really good website to check how many calories there is in a particular food. So, for example, I discovered that broccoli is really good to eat. You can have a lot of it, and it doesn't have a lot of calories. Like, let me see here. For example, 150 grams of broccoli is only 53 calories. I mean, spinach is even better. 50 grams, 9 calories. So for a guy, you can have 600 calories. So I usually broke up my meals in two. So first meal around 12, the last meal around 7 or 6, depending on the day. And what I discovered worked best for me is to have some porridge in the morning, usually 30 grams of porridge, some milk, um, some fruit of kind, like I think blueberries recently, or strawberry if possible. I used to have bananas, but I discovered that wasn't the best. I think you need to weigh your banana. I used to just wrote one banana, and that gave me some amount of calories, but it wasn't the proper amount. So that was breakfast and dinner. I discovered for me the best thing was some sort of a chicken breast with some salad. Like what I said, broccoli, perfect. You can have a lot of broccoli. It's not a lot of calories at all. Spinach, some maybe tomato, stuff like that. I I I had some soup sometimes with chicken stock with the same vegetables, a carrot maybe. Um, and yeah, I experimented a bit in the beginning, but that's what I found worked best for me at least. And if we move on to like obviously fasting can be really difficult because you don't eat a lot of calories, and 600 calories for men can be quite tricky. Uh, so some days it was a pain in the ass. It was a real struggle fasting. I just wanted the day to be over, and that happened especially in the beginning. But the more you do it, and especially if you're busy, it's easy to fast. Like if you're busy with work or whatnot, um, the day just flies by anyway. You don't really think about food, hopefully. But like I really love food, so it's really difficult to do. And sometimes, and yeah, like I said, sometimes you just want the day to be over. Um, so that was some of the experience I had, like the difficult part. And like I said, I love food. So in terms of what I learned, like how did this diet change me? How did it change me on the days I didn't fast, which I believe are the most important ones because you don't want to just make up for the fasting days on the days you cannot fast. And I should mention, I picked the days I fasted are Mondays and Thursdays. So you have the whole weekend off to eat whatever you like. Tuesday, Wednesday to eat what you like too, which I find was really, I really like that structure of it, and that's also in Michael Mosley's book. That's those are the days he fasts. So I just took that from him, and that worked really well. Uh, so what I wanted to say was what I learned from this whole experience, and I think I mentioned this just now, but like I said, I really love food, but going back to the days I didn't fast, you don't want to make up for the days you fast. And this is what I found really helpful with this diet is like before I started this diet, I could eat like a Tony's chocolate only. I don't know if you ever tried Tony's, but I love that chocolate and or crisps or whatever you want to call it, chips if you're from Sweden. But I could definitely have that in a weekend. But since fasting, I noticed this bar of chocolate, whatever it is, 150 grams maybe, lasted for much longer, like maybe 2, 3 weeks even, and that never happened before because I didn't really crave it anymore. Um, so that was a real benefit, like eating just less crap the days I didn't even fast because I think my stomach like shrunk, which is really good for losing weight, obviously. So that was one of the things I learned. I didn't crave all this sugary stuff. Um, and I think I've started to change, or I hope I have, my relationship to food because, like I said, I always love food. But nowadays, I always think, why do I crave food? Why do I want to eat in this particular moment? Is it because I'm stressed, maybe? Like, what would food actually achieve in this particular moment? Like, when I am stressed, for example, what would food allow me to do? So it has allowed me to become more mindful of what I eat. And like I said, it's been 3 months, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue after the 3 months, but I think I will actually, because I really, even though it can be really hard sometimes, I do enjoy, and I hate to say it, I don't want to use the word cleansing, but it is sort of a cleanse, like having a fast on a Monday after 3 days of eating whatever you want. And like I said, it's not good to make up for lost time, but I've eaten like bread, I've eaten just like quote unquote normal food, whatever that is to you. But I still lost weight. Like I said, it's been around 8 kilos in 3 months. And like the days I don't fast, I've eaten basically whatever I want. It's been less, like I said, but that's what I love about this diet. It's only 2 days, which are strict. So, and that doesn't really impact your life badly, I think. And it actually allowed me to do this for this long and actually being able to maybe continue doing this beyond the 3 months. So for me, I loved it. And I think it works really well for me. Um, so mistakes I've done, like going back to making up for lost time a bit because I started eating porridge on my fasting days because I found out that kept me full for a long time. Uh, so I started having porridge on my non-fasting days, but with peanut butter and a banana again. Maybe slightly more porridge because I didn't wait. More milk, obviously. And I noticed doing that every day, eating that porridge, even though it's awesome to eat, it tastes very nice. I didn't lose as much weight. So that was one of the mistakes I noticed. And I kept weighing myself. So I noticed eating this meal every day didn't help the losing weight. So I stopped that. So that was one of the mistakes I did fasting. And I think anyone starting out fasting, you might find yourself maybe not losing weight. And it might be good to keep track of, oh, what did I change? Did I try to overcompensate for not eating on my fasting days? And things like that. So this is a good thing to keep track of. Maybe just a piece of paper, just keep it in memory. Uh, so the question, will I continue to do this? Is this a sustainable diet to do? And I think for me, it definitely is. Enjoy, I think I really enjoy fasting. I feel like it's good for my body. I feel like more energy. Maybe not more energy is not the right word, but just healthier. I feel more fresh. I don't know if you can say that, but that's some of the benefits I've noticed doing this. I would definitely continue. There will be days, maybe weeks, where I don't fast. Let's say on vacation, you might not want to fast then, and that's totally fine. You can always start fasting again when the vacation is over and you're back on it, so to speak. So for me, I really enjoyed fasting. This was difficult, yes, but if you're thinking about fasting, actually, let me know in the comments. Are you thinking about fasting? If you have questions about fasting, if you tried maybe the 5-2 diet before, or if you've tried intermittent fasting, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, what your experience have been. Just leave a comment in the comments below. But I hope it can be valuable somehow, this video for you. Uh, Again, it's not always about losing weight. It's also just general health benefits. I said again, like I said in the beginning, like for cancer, living longer, just having a healthier life. For me, fasting has been really good. So this has been my experience. I will continue doing it. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'll be back at it. Actually, this week was the first week I only did it once. I didn't do Thursday as I usually do. But the 3 months has been consistent. Excuse me, it's been really good. And I can really recommend it to you as well if you're interested in um, just living a healthier life. Fasting can be really good. But that's it for this video on what I learned. I know it was off topic, maybe it wasn't about music or audio in this case, or business related, but I hope you found it valuable anyway. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Let me know if there's any other topics you'd like me to cover in these live videos. And I really appreciate you watching and your support. But yeah, that's it for this video, this episode. Awesome to have you here, and I will see you soon.